Slovakia was and is a very interesting country to do business in and to do business with. There is this unprecedented growth, which is mainly caused, of course, by direct foreign investments. But you see that this attracts, of course, also in itself new investors. They're interested. They say, "Hey, this Slovakia, small country, but doing quite well." So we receive also here at the embassy a lot of questions, requests for information. So I would say, in short, the situation is very good at the moment. There are a couple. Location, obviously, in the heart of Europe, but also very close to the promising East in the future, of course, Ukraine. Therefore, you see also Dutch companies, for instance, not focusing so much only on Bratislava, but also to the east of Slovakia, not to produce there and to re-export to the west, but to the east. So you see this Slovakia as a sort of diving board also towards the east. So location, there are some very advantageous elements in the policy here in Slovakia. There's the flat tax, which is interesting. We don't have that in Holland, I must say. Not at all. Companies, of course, find it very interesting. Still, the relatively cheap labor costs, although, of course, the labor market, labor force is getting more and more tight. So that will, for the future, will be a challenge for Slovakia. But I would say these are the three main elements that make Slovakia an interesting country. Well, at the moment, of course, Slovakia is a country where industrial production is very intense, but that will change. I think within the near future, could be 5 years, could be 10 years, but it will come. Production will shift to the east. So what I would do if I was an investor or a Slovak businessman or even a Slovak politician, I would focus especially on the service, on services, financial services, IT. There's a lot to win here. There's a lot to be done here still. So that I would say that the service side of the market economy would be for the future the most promising sector to invest in. What I always tell Dutch businessmen or companies who are new, who are interested in doing business with Slovakia, is to prepare well. And they shouldn't do it here. They should do it already at home, in this case the Netherlands. Through our agencies and ministries, we can provide Dutch companies with information. They can get information from, for instance, from me, from my embassy staff. But also they should talk to Dutch companies who are already active in Slovakia. Reason is, Slovakia is a modern EU member state, but still traditions, customs are different than in the Netherlands. Not so different as maybe the difference between Holland and Malaysia or China, but there are differences. They're easy to overcome, but you must know them. So I wouldn't specify on one particular item. I would say overall prepare well. In all contacts I have with Dutch companies or other foreign companies, the whole business community is looking forward to the introduction of the euro. Obviously, I mean, it makes doing businesses over borders with countries like Holland much easier. It would be very interesting to see how the dynamics work with the neighboring countries like the Czech Republic and Hungary, who will not enter the Eurozone, of course, on the 1st of January. But overall, I think it will give an extra boost to the relative position of Slovakia. Well, it's positive. Just today, I had a meeting with the Minister of Economic Affairs here in Slovakia, together with some Dutch investors. And what they all said is that it is quite easy to do business with and within Slovakia. In Holland, some companies complain a little bit about the lengthy procedures you have to start up a business. That's quite easy here in Slovakia. As I mentioned before, the flat tax, etc. These are all interesting elements in the decision to make investments here in Slovakia. Some tax holidays are available sometimes from the government. So in short, they're happy. They're very positive and enthusiastic to be here. I think Slovakia in itself, a small country, is also for the future an interesting place to invest in. I would say look especially towards the service side of the economy. Other sectors like waste management, energy. These are very interesting sectors where a lot of room still is available for interesting entrepreneurship. But be prepared, always. Always if you go to another country, be prepared. The Netherlands Embassy can help, of course, those Dutch investors who are interested. If you prepare well, they're promising sectors and it's even fun doing business here in Slovakia.